And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash the like button. I'm joined by Nick and Chris, of course. But we're talking Detroit Lions. We're talking the linebacking room because we brought the official injury report out, and Alex Anzalone, as expected, was listed as questionable with a concussion. He did practice yesterday. He did practice today. So limited practices, but still a good sign. Sounds like he cleared protocol, because I don't know if you're able to practice if you don't clear protocol. So hopefully he will be good to go. If not, if he's not able to go, a lot rests on the plate of first-round draft pick, second-year linebacker out of Iowa, Jack the Meat Missile Campbell. This guy is going to have to step up big. Step up big if Alex Anzalone can't go. Now, we're all hoping that Enzo is good to go because he's been one of the best players on this defense for the past couple years. If he can't, I kind of have faith in Jack Campbell. I mean, I don't know if that's just me being a slappy. I don't know if that's just me doubling down for my boy. But like Nick said, when we saw Jack Campbell start his first game in place of Alex Anzalone, he balled. He had 9 tackles. He was all over the place. He was making plays. This was in New Orleans. I think he will be most comfortable if Alex Anzalone is out, if he has to play that Mike role, because that's what he's been playing his whole life. He is a middle linebacker through and through. He shouldn't be worried about playing outside linebacker. He shouldn't be worried about doing those other things. If Anzalone wasn't that dude, he'd be there already. Jack Campbell would look his best on a field if it wasn't next to Alex Anzalone. That's nothing, not holding anything against Anzo. Like, he's fantastic. But Jack Campbell is built to play that Mike role.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And this one's from Ator in the Woodward Sports
Shout out Ator.
Group chat. Make sure you hit that like button. This is not the game for Jack to step. This is the game for Jack to just not make cover errors. That simple. Don't give up anything over the top to Harrison. And to be honest, I just can't disagree with you anymore. That seems like extremely low expectations. Obviously, you don't want to make cover errors that lead to big gains, but that's just the expectation is to not do that. I want to see you be a difference maker. I want to see you take on Kyler Murray one-on-one in the hole after he tries to step up and escape for a big third down. I want to see you have a great pass breakup against a guy like Trey McBride when they go to him on a big third down. I want to see you flying all over the field like you were at Iowa and like you were in that Saints game. I want to see Jack Campbell, the first round draft pick from our leader, Brad effing Holmes, that has done no wrong when it comes to the draft. Besides Jack Campbell right now. I mean, he has high expectations as a first rounder. I want to see the high upside Jack Campbell that we were expecting when you went in the first round.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Ator, I appreciate you. You're a great guy in the chat. We definitely a valued member of the Woodward Sports family, but I couldn't disagree with that more. Jack Campbell was drafted to be that guy. You are not an off-ball linebacker taken in the first round and expected to not produce when you're in the game. When you're in the game, you gotta produce. So I expect if Jack Campbell plays, I expect him to be Captain Jack. I expect him to be that freak of nature we've seen in the combine and in all these tests and gradings. That butt kiss award winner, the guy flying around, filling gaps, punching the running back, and then covering guys. He's been good in the run game. You can't say he hasn't been good in the run game. He's really struggled in covering tight ends, which is why I'm really hoping Anzalone will be out there to go against Trey McBride. But if Jack Campbell needs to play, if he has to start, I need to see him produce at a high level. Chris?
The only one that's going to push back here. Obviously, everything you guys are saying is fair and something I want, but I think those are seasonal expectations. Right now, I think as we're seeing this, and I think this is a good thing to say, is that the Lions are not at their full strength. They are not where they want to be. They are progressing. They are not regressing. This is a team that you talk about offensively. Dan Campbell's mentioned it. You know, the bye week is when he expects things to kind of get rolling and get together. Like, this is a team that's building towards something. You want to play your best football at the end of the season. So, while everything you guys are saying is fair, the place he was drafted, he absolutely has those expectations of being a difference maker. But in this game, if he just plays okay and we win, I'm good with that.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
For sure.
That's all I need. So while everything you guys are saying is fair, I just want to push back and say that if the Lions win and he wasn't a downright problem, I'm okay with the results, because this is a team that's going to be better in week 18 than they are in week 3.
And for sure, you just want the win. I want the win more than anything. That's flat out. But I would like to see Campbell succeed if he plays. And for all those, as Mike Hart asked in the Woodward Sports Chat, is Enzo out? He's questionable right now with the concussion. The two comments that I did want to talk about, Byrne says, you want Jack to take Enzo's spot and never get it back. And Cartier says, Jack got to take that job. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. No disrespect to Enzo, but if he doesn't play and Jack Campbell's in there, you are the first-round draft pick. You are the highly touted prospect. You were the butt-kiss guy. You were the captain at Iowa. Go out there, play so good that Enzo can't take you off the field. That's what I would love to see. Is that what I expect? No, I'm not going to say I expect that. But that's the attitude he needs to have. That's the attitude that this team, this culture, this coaching staff has instilled in the Detroit Lions, is when you're given your opportunity, you go out there, you make the most of it, and you force their hand to play you. Because if you're playing well, they're going to play you no matter what. If Jack Campbell goes out there week 3 against the Cardinals, has 15 tackles, intercepts the ball off Kyler Murray, and breaks up 3 from Trey McBride, he's starting the next week too. You better believe that. So I would love to see that happen. I don't expect it to happen, but that's what we need out of Jack Campbell. And the track record of Brad Holmes' draft pick says that's more likely to happen than not. I want Enzo to play, though. We need Enzo to play in this game. But if not, next man up mentality.
Exactly. And Chris, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely hate it if we lose this game. Jack Campbell has 2 picks, 7 forced fumbles. You get my point.
Right.
But to win this game, if Enzo's out, Jack Campbell is going to need to be a difference maker, is the point I'm getting to.
Yes.
We will not win this game if Jack Campbell has a subpar average game and Anzalone's out. We don't win this game. Behind Kyler Murray's running ability, Trey McBride's ability over the middle, I do not think we win this game if Jack Campbell's getting cooked. And that's why I have the expectation that he needs to deliver a massive game if Anzalone's not playing for this Detroit Lions team to win this game in Arizona.
I agree.
You're right, but I will push back and say that you're right in that his importance and that he can definitely be a key to success. I just think, again, I have expectations of this Lions offense being historic and the defense being good enough. That was what got us to the NFC Championship last year. And while obviously you have higher standards this year, you are looking at this game and saying that this is a team that, look, if the Lions offense flicks that switch and becomes electric like we know it to be, then the defense doesn't need to be on this top 10 pace that it's been at so far.
Yeah.
It needs to be middle of the pack. So, like, I get what you're saying, that if the Lions win, it is likely that Jack Campbell had an average or good game because of just the importance of this matchup with Kyler Murray and with the tight end. You need your linebackers to really, really step up in this game. So I'm not disagreeing with that, but I definitely see a world in which Jack Campbell didn't really impress, but you know what? The Lions still won. They took care of business because the offense went off, and Hutchinson is on his DPOY run, and that was enough to get the job done.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the way the defense is performing. I don't know if they perform at that level without Alex Anzalone, but this linebacking core is deep. I love all these guys we got in there. Germ can step in and play some snaps if you need to at a high level. Obviously, you know how I feel about Malcolm Rodriguez. That's my brother. We got Derek Barnes, makes a lot of great plays when called upon. Also misses some big ones. But Jack Campbell is the guy who should be the tip of the spear when it comes to replacing Anzalone. Real quick before we go to break, if Alex Anzalone doesn't play, not including Jack Campbell, who's the most important player for corralling Kyler Murray?
B2 Bomber. Brian effing Branch, baby. We've seen him go into a whole different level this season already. That first game, Maybe not the best game of Brian Branch's career, but he was already a difference maker. Game 2, he takes a massive step up. Game 3, he's going to have to step up against this Arizona's potent offense. I think he can help out with Marvin Harrison when he comes across the middle. I think he can lay the hit on him early. He's a rookie. Maybe he shakes him up a little bit, breaks up a couple passes, lays the boom on a guy like James Conner. And when Brian Branch gets close to the line of scrimmage, you better watch out. Brian Branch, blindside sack Kyler Murray. He's going to be super worried about Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to have his eyes up right at Aiden Hutchinson. Boom! Brian Branch coming. Watch out. Shot out of a cannon.
Booth Boys locked in step there. That's my answer to it. It's got to be Brian Branch for everything Nick said, so I won't say much more. He's the guy that we've seen do everything on the field, beat everywhere, absolutely wreak havoc on defense. And we know what Hutch is going to bring. We know what Reader is going to bring. We know what Kirby's going to bring in the backfield. For Brian Branch, this is his time to show out and really step up. Obviously, not naming Jack Campbell in that position of Alex Anzalone stepping down. Where you at with this, Spencer?
For me, it is a guy that wasn't on that injury list, which was a breath of fresh air. It's Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport is an important piece for this defensive line. Marcus Davenport will be an important piece of containing Kyler Murray and keeping him in the pocket. We know Hutchinson's going to go full force to try to get Kyler Murray and get deep into the pocket, get deep into those rushing lanes. Marcus Davenport kind of has to be a little more selective. He needs to contain the edge. He needs to make sure Kyler doesn't get outside of him, make sure the rushing lanes aren't too open. He's big, he's physical, he's strong enough to hold the tackle there, shed him, and make sure Kyler doesn't escape the pocket. Marcus Davenport will be an extremely important factor of limiting Kyler Murray and making sure he stays in the pocket where he can do the least amount of damage.